Many senior women eat avocado faithfully day after day, believing this healthy habit will naturally boost collagen and soften wrinkles. Yet the skin often shows little change, fine lines deepen, and elasticity continues to fade. What most women are never told is that avocado only supports collagen when it is eaten in a very specific way, and when paired correctly, it can work far more effectively for aging skin, especially after menopause. I'm Dr. Eliza Hart, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist with over 15 years of experience in women's health and hormonal wellness. And in my clinical work, I often meet women who are genuinely surprised to learn that familiar foods can behave very differently in the body after midlife. Avocado is a perfect example because while it is widely praised as a healthy food, its real benefits depend greatly on how it is eaten, what it is eaten with, and the habits surrounding it, rather than the fruit alone. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact way senior women should eat avocado to support healthier-looking skin over time, and which common habits quietly reduce its effectiveness without you realizing it. If you care about women's health after midlife, please subscribe to the channel and comment the name of the country you're watching from so I can see how this knowledge is reaching women around the world. And be sure to watch until the end, because I have one small but important surprise about avocado that most women have never been told. Now let's look at how eating avocado the right way leads to better results. 1. Why eating avocado alone doesn't boost collagen. What surprises many senior women is not what they are eating, but why it no longer produces the results they expect. In my years of clinical experience, I have seen countless women add avocado to their routine with discipline and good intentions, yet feel quietly discouraged when their skin texture, firmness, or fine lines remain largely unchanged over time. The reason lies in how the body interprets avocado when it is eaten on its own. Avocado is primarily a source of healthy fats and supportive micronutrients, but fat by itself does not signal the body to activate collagen-building processes or reinforce skin structure. After midlife, especially as hormonal patterns shift, the body becomes more selective about how it allocates nutrients, and it requires clearer biochemical cues to initiate pathways related to skin maintenance and renewal. When avocado is consumed alone, it is often processed as a general energy source rather than as part of a targeted collagen-supportive response. Another factor many women overlook is digestion efficiency after 50. The gradual decline in digestive enzymes and bile acid production means fats are not absorbed as effectively as they once were. When avocado is eaten without complementary nutrients that aid absorption and utilization, much of its potential collagen-supportive value passes through the system without being fully activated. This can leave women feeling as though they are doing everything right nutritionally, while visible skin changes remain frustratingly limited. There is also a timing component that quietly influences outcomes. Eating avocado by itself during periods of unstable blood sugar or elevated stress hormones encourages the body to prioritize immediate energy regulation over longer-term tissue support. In these conditions, collagen-related signaling is easily deprioritized, further reducing the benefits many women hope to see. In addition, the body after midlife becomes more sensitive to metabolic context, meaning that nutrients are increasingly directed toward essential survival functions before they are ever used for skin repair. Without the right nutritional signals present, avocado is far more likely to support general metabolism than contribute meaningfully to collagen maintenance, even when consumed regularly. What matters most to understand is that avocado is not designed to boost collagen on its own, particularly for aging skin. It works best as part of a deliberate nutritional combination that provides structure activation and protection, allowing the body to recognize it as a resource for repair rather than simple nourishment. And with this foundation in place, we can now look at the first pairing that helps avocado finally deliver the collagen support senior women are looking for. 2. Avocado plus eggs, the collagen signal pair. Once the body understands avocado as more than just a source of fat, the next step is to provide it with a clear signal that repair and rebuilding are needed. This is where many senior women begin to notice a meaningful shift because pairing avocado with eggs changes how the body interprets the entire meal, not just individual ingredients. In clinical nutrition, we often focus on signals rather than substances, and eggs play a powerful role in sending that signal. Eggs supply specific amino acids, including glycine and proline, that are essential for collagen structure, but their importance goes beyond raw nutrition. When these amino acids arrive alongside healthy fats from avocado, the body is far more likely to register the combination as a cue for tissue support, rather than simple calorie intake. After midlife, this distinction becomes critical because the body no longer invests resources into skin maintenance without a strong biochemical reason to do so. Another advantage of combining avocado with eggs is how it supports nutrient absorption. Fat-soluble vitamins and cholesterol-derived compounds are better utilized when dietary fats are present, and avocado creates an ideal environment for this process. Eggs, in turn, provide choline and sulfur-containing compounds that support cellular repair pathways, which indirectly influences skin resilience and texture over time. When eaten together, these nutrients reinforce one another instead of competing for absorption. From a metabolic standpoint, this pairing also helps stabilize blood sugar, which is often overlooked in discussions about skin aging. Sharp fluctuations in blood sugar encourage inflammatory responses that quietly undermine collagen integrity. A meal that includes both avocado and eggs tends to digest more slowly and evenly, reducing these spikes and creating conditions that are more favorable for long-term skin support. Timing matters here as well. This combination works best when consumed earlier in the day, such as during a late breakfast or midday meal, when digestive capacity and metabolic efficiency are stronger. At these times, the body is more receptive to using nutrients for maintenance and repair, rather than storing them for later use. What makes this pairing particularly valuable for senior women is its simplicity. It does not require supplements, complex recipes, or drastic dietary changes, yet it introduces a structure the body can recognize and respond to. When avocado is combined with eggs, it stops being a passive, healthy food and begins to function as part of a purposeful strategy. With that collagen signal now clearly established, the next layer involves activation, and that is where the following combination begins to make a noticeable difference. 3. Avocado plus citrus fruits. Vitamin C activation. Many senior women are surprised to learn that even when the body has enough healthy fats and structural nutrients, collagen support can still remain limited if one critical activating factor is missing. This is because collagen formation is not a passive process, but a tightly regulated sequence of reactions that requires specific conditions to move forward. Without proper activation, the body simply slows the process down, regardless of how nutritious the meal appears on the surface. Vitamin C plays a central role in this activation process. It is required for the enzymes that stabilize newly formed collagen fibers, allowing them to become strong, flexible, and resistant to premature breakdown. When vitamin C intake is insufficient or poorly timed, collagen synthesis becomes inefficient and the fibers that do form are more fragile. Citrus fruits provide vitamin C in a form that is easily recognized and rapidly utilized by the body, especially when digestion and absorption are supported by healthy fats. This is where avocado becomes particularly valuable. The fats in avocado slow gastric emptying and improve nutrient uptake, helping vitamin C remain available long enough to participate fully in collagen-related reactions. When avocado is paired with citrus, fruits such as lemon, orange, kiwi, or berries, the body receives both the signal and the activation needed to support skin structure more effectively over time. This pairing does not force results, but rather creates the conditions in which the body is willing to invest resources into maintenance and repair. At this point, I often ask women a simple question because it reveals how much difference this small adjustment can make. If you regularly eat avocado but rarely combine it with vitamin C-rich foods, comment 1 below. And if citrus fruits are already part of how you eat avocado, comment 0. This kind of awareness is often the first step toward noticing subtle but meaningful changes. What makes this combination especially helpful after midlife is its gentle nature. It does not overstimulate the system, yet it removes a common bottleneck that quietly limits collagen efficiency. In clinical practice, this adjustment alone often explains why some women respond quickly while others see little change despite similar habits. When activation is present, the body no longer treats avocado as just nourishment, but as part of a coordinated process that supports skin resilience. With this foundation in place, the next consideration is how to help collagen last longer once it is formed, which brings us to another important pairing many women overlook. 4. Avocado plus Greek yogurt, collagen protection. Even when collagen is properly activated, many senior women still overlook an equally important step, which is protecting what the body has already worked to build. Collagen loss after midlife is not only about reduced production, but also about accelerated breakdown, and this is where daily dietary context quietly determines whether progress holds or fades. From a clinical perspective, this stage is often where results are either preserved or slowly undone without obvious warning signs. Greek yogurt plays a valuable role in this protective phase because it supports the gut environment that governs nutrient retention and inflammatory balance. As we age, the integrity of the gut lining and the diversity of beneficial bacteria tend to decline, which can interfere with how nutrients are absorbed and how long they remain available for tissue support. When digestion is compromised, even well-constructed meals fail to deliver lasting benefits. Greek yogurt helps stabilize this process by providing probiotics that improve nutrient handling at a foundational level. When paired with avocado, this effect becomes more pronounced. The healthy fats in avocado support the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients, while Greek yogurt contributes high-quality protein and calcium that reinforce cellular stability. Together, they create a nutritional environment that favors maintenance over loss, allowing collagen fibers to remain intact for longer periods rather than being rapidly degraded. This pairing does not stimulate collagen aggressively, but it reduces the silent erosion that often occurs after midlife. Another reason this combination matters is its influence on low-grade inflammation. Chronic subtle inflammation is one of the primary drivers of collagen breakdown, even in women who consider themselves healthy. Greek yogurt supports microbial balance, which in turn helps regulate inflammatory signaling, while avocado provides fatty acids that contribute to membrane resilience. Over time, this combination supports a calmer internal environment where collagen is less likely to be targeted for breakdown. From a practical standpoint, this pairing is particularly useful for women who experience bloating, irregular digestion, or sensitivity to certain foods, as it tends to be gentle and well tolerated. It also works well as part of a midday or afternoon meal, when digestive capacity is steady and nutrient utilization is more efficient. In this context, avocado and Greek yogurt function less as individual foods and more as a system designed to preserve progress. Understanding collagen protection shifts the focus from chasing visible change to sustaining it. Once the body is no longer fighting constant breakdown, improvements become easier to maintain and more consistent over time. With protection now addressed, the next step is to consider how to defend collagen from another common threat that quietly accelerates aging from within. 5. Avocado plus nuts or seeds, anti-glycation support. One of the least visible yet most damaging forces acting on aging skin is not dryness or lack of nutrients, but a slow chemical process that quietly stiffens collagen over time. Many senior women take excellent care of their diet and still notice that their skin feels less flexible and more resistant to improvement. And this often has little to do with how much collagen is present, but rather with how much of it has become rigid. This process is known as glycation, and it plays a far greater role after midlife than most women realize. Glycation occurs when excess sugars bind to collagen fibers, forming crosslinks that make the tissue less elastic and more prone to breakdown. Once this happens, collagen may still exist in the skin, but it can no longer function properly. Wrinkles deepen not because collagen disappears overnight, but because it loses its ability to stretch and recover. After 50, the body becomes less efficient at clearing these glycated compounds, which is why protecting collagen becomes just as important as producing it. Nuts and seeds help interrupt this process in a subtle but meaningful way. Foods such as walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, and pumpkin seeds provide minerals like zinc and magnesium, along with antioxidants that help neutralize oxidative stress associated with glycation. These nutrients do not reverse damage instantly, but they slow the chemical reactions that gradually harden collagen fibers. When consumed consistently, they help preserve the flexibility of existing collagen, which directly influences how smooth and resilient the skin appears. Avocado enhances this protective effect by improving nutrient absorption and stabilizing blood sugar responses. When healthy fats are present, the body is less likely to experience sharp glucose fluctuations, which are primary drivers of glycation. In this way, avocado does not simply add nutrition, but helps regulate the internal conditions that determine whether collagen remains supple or becomes compromised. The combination supports a steadier metabolic environment where collagen is less exposed to damaging sugar interactions. This pairing is especially relevant for senior women who notice that their skin reacts quickly to dietary indulgences or periods of imbalance. By including nuts or seeds alongside avocado, the body receives signals that favor stability rather than reactivity. Over time, this reduces one of the quiet accelerators of skin aging. As collagen becomes better protected from glycation, its lifespan naturally extends, making every earlier effort more effective. With this layer of defense in place, the next consideration is how to support collagen in the context of hormonal balance, which becomes increasingly influential after midlife. 6. Avocado plus legumes. Hormone collagen balance. For many senior women, collagen changes are closely tied to a deeper shift that often goes unaddressed, which is the changing rhythm of hormonal signaling after midlife. Even with good nutrition and careful habits, skin quality can fluctuate when estrogen-related pathways lose their stabilizing influence. This is why some women notice that their skin seems unpredictable, improving briefly and then regressing without a clear explanation. In these cases, the missing link is not another nutrient, but better hormonal context. Legumes play an important role in restoring this balance because they provide plant-based compounds that gently support hormone-sensitive tissues. Beans, lentils, and chickpeas contain phytonutrients and slow-digesting carbohydrates that help smooth insulin responses, which directly influences how hormones communicate with skin cells. After menopause, sharp insulin fluctuations can quietly disrupt collagen maintenance by increasing inflammatory signals and accelerating breakdown. Legumes help reduce this instability, creating a steadier internal environment. When paired with avocado, this effect becomes more pronounced. The healthy fats in avocado slow digestion and moderate glucose absorption, allowing legumes to perform their regulatory role more effectively. Together, they help prevent rapid metabolic shifts that place stress on collagen-supportive pathways. This pairing does not attempt to replace hormones or override natural changes, but it supports the body's remaining signaling capacity so that collagen processes are less easily disrupted. Another advantage of this combination is its effect on nutrient prioritization. After midlife, the body becomes more conservative in how it allocates resources, often diverting nutrients toward immediate needs rather than long-term maintenance. Legumes provide a steady stream of amino acids and minerals that signal sufficiency, while avocado enhances absorption and cellular uptake. In this context, collagen support becomes more feasible because the body no longer perceives scarcity. From a clinical standpoint, this pairing is particularly useful for women who feel that their skin responds strongly to stress, sleep disruption, or dietary inconsistency. By stabilizing blood sugar and supporting hormone-sensitive communication, avocado and legumes help reduce these swings. Over time, this steadiness allows collagen to be maintained more consistently rather than fluctuating with daily stressors. It is also worth noting that this combination tends to support overall energy and digestive comfort, which indirectly affects skin health. When digestion is calm and energy levels are stable, inflammatory signals remain lower and collagen is less likely to be targeted for breakdown. With hormonal balance more supported, avocado is finally positioned to contribute to skin maintenance in a reliable way. However, even the best combinations can fall short if certain habits quietly interfere with their effectiveness, which brings us to the final and often overlooked piece of the picture. 7. Common mistakes to avoid when pairing avocado. Even when senior women choose the right combinations, results can still fall short if certain everyday habits quietly interfere with how those foods are used by the body. In clinical practice, I often find that it is not the absence of good nutrition that limits progress, but small repeated mistakes that weaken its effect over time. These missteps are rarely obvious, which is why they tend to persist unnoticed. One of the most common issues is portion imbalance. Avocado is nutrient-dense, but consuming it in excessive amounts can overwhelm digestion, especially after midlife. When fat intake exceeds what the body can comfortably process, nutrients are diverted toward basic metabolism rather than tissue support, reducing the intended benefits for skin structure. More is not better in this context, and moderation remains essential. Another frequent mistake involves pairing avocado with refined carbohydrates or sugary foods. White bread, pastries, or sweetened beverages trigger rapid blood sugar spikes that promote inflammatory signaling and glycation. In these conditions, even well-designed pairings struggle to protect collagen because the metabolic environment becomes hostile to repair. The body prioritizes glucose control over maintenance, leaving skin-related processes underfunded. Timing also plays a subtle but important role. Eating avocado-based combinations late at night when digestive efficiency slows limits absorption and increases the likelihood that nutrients will be stored rather than utilized. For many women, this habit alone explains why otherwise healthy meals fail to translate into visible changes. Midday consumption generally allows the body to process and allocate nutrients more effectively. Temperature is another overlooked factor. Avocado taken directly from the refrigerator can reduce digestive enzyme activity, particularly in women who already experience slower digestion. Allowing foods to reach room temperature supports smoother digestion and better nutrient availability, which becomes increasingly relevant with age and digestive sensitivity. Finally, inconsistency undermines progress more than most women expect. Rotating between effective pairings and less supportive meals creates metabolic confusion, preventing the body from settling into a stable pattern of maintenance. Collagen support responds best to regular signals delivered over time, not occasional correction or short-lived dietary enthusiasm. Avoiding these mistakes does not require strict rules or perfection, but awareness. When the body is no longer working against hidden obstacles, even simple nutritional strategies become more effective. With these pitfalls addressed, everything you have learned so far can finally work together. Which brings us to the final takeaway on how senior women should approach avocado with confidence and clarity. As we've explored in this video, avocado is not meant to work alone, but when eaten the right way and paired thoughtfully, it can support healthier-looking skin over time. The key is understanding that results come from creating the right conditions, not chasing quick fixes. For senior women, this means choosing combinations that support digestion, balance, blood sugar, and help the body maintain what it builds rather than working against natural changes after midlife. My advice is to keep things simple and consistent. Focus on how foods work together, pay attention to timing and portions, and allow your body the time it needs to respond. These small, steady habits are often what make the most lasting difference. If this video has been helpful and you'd like to support the channel, a small donation is always appreciated and helps me continue sharing evidence-based guidance for women's health. Please like the video, share it with someone who may benefit, and subscribe for more trusted content. Thank you for watching and being part of this community.